You created your channel, you've made your channel art, and now all that's left is actually making video content to post. But where do you start? How do you make a good YouTube video to help grow your audience, especially if you've never made one before? This is Grace from Kapwing, and to this day, I have made hundreds of YouTube videos. So in doing that, I've learned a lot about making videos efficiently and easy ways to make them more engaging. That's why in this last episode of our series, I'll be giving you 4 easy video editing tips and techniques that you can use to make better YouTube videos, so you can immediately begin growing your audience. Now, before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, because while this is the last episode in this particular series, we are definitely going to continue posting tips on growing your social media accounts through video on our channel. So hit that button and let's get started. Now, a prerequisite for making engaging videos or making videos at all is having access to a video editing software. There are obviously tons of options out there. I'm sure you've heard of a bunch of them. Maybe you even have one that you work with regularly or that you want to try out. If you are still looking for a software though, one option you can try is Kapwing. Kapwing is a video editor that works on any device, including computers from MacBooks to PCs and Chromebooks, and also tablets and phones. And it works completely online, which means that you edit your videos and store your videos in the cloud. It's easy to get started on, whether you have lots of video editing experience or you have no experience at all. The link to Kapwing is the first one in the description, so head there and you can start editing videos. Now that you actually have a video editing software, my first tip for making engaging YouTube videos is to use a structure where you have your hook, your value, and then your call to action at the end. You can apply this structure to any type of video content, whether it's something like a reaction video or a tutorial video or something else. I would say almost all big YouTubers and people who have grown through YouTube use this structure because it helps you get viewers firstly interested in the video, what you have to offer, and have them want to stay and sit down and watch more of your content. And then at the end, after you have provided that value and they've gained something, you can then ask them to take a specific action that you'd want them to take. So let's break it down a little bit further. The first part is the hook. Something I think about when I am planning out the hook of my video is, what do I want to show viewers immediately and what can they gain out of the video? Basically, why should they sit down and spend the next few minutes watching your video? The first 10 seconds of a video, I'd say, are particularly important because almost everyone will be at the start of the video. Then as it gets less entertaining or they don't find what they want, they're gonna click off. So you need to convince them in the first few moments of the video why they should continue watching it. The next part is value. So this is the bulk of the video. It's basically what you said you're gonna show them. This value part can be about providing value in the form of entertainment, or it could be providing value in the form of information, things like tips and advice, or answering viewers' questions about a topic. Then once you've provided that value, you can ask viewers to take a certain action. And the most common action, I'd say, is asking people to subscribe for more content, or to like the video, or to even check out the creator's website or something. I would recommend taking a few minutes at least to plan the structure of your video out, write it down somewhere so that you can refer to it when you're actually filming the video. Then once you have filmed the video, the next part is to actually edit the video. And this is where my second tip comes in. Only keep the most engaging or entertaining or valuable parts of the clips you filmed in the final video that you publish on YouTube. When you film a video, there are going to be parts that are less interesting. Those parts generally will slow down a video, and to remove the less interesting parts of video, jump cuts will be your best friend. It basically is a way to combine video clips by showing a skip in time. For example, if you have 2 different angle shots, so you go from one angle shot to the other one and you don't show the transition between those different angles. Especially if you're speaking in the video, it's super common to use jump cuts to cut out parts where you're rambling or just not really being clear about what you're saying, parts where you're hesitating or being still. The video flows more smoothly and you're providing as much information in the shortest time as possible. You can make jump cuts in any video editor, and I'm just gonna show it as an example in Kapwing. What you do is you take your clip and you split it on 2 ends. The first split you make is where the uninteresting part, the part you want to take out, is beginning, and then the second split is where the uninteresting part stops. Then you delete that middle section and then you move all the clips down. Most videos I make have a ton of splits to get those little parts out of the video so that only the interesting stuff is left. Now my third tip is to change the visuals of your video as much as you can. People have short attention spans, and changing the visuals on your video can keep the video moving. Now while you might be tempted to shoot from a lot of different camera angles like you see on TV, one easy way to make this process more efficient is just to shoot your main video, but then have overlays come onto the video that you add after you film. These overlays not only just change the visuals on the video, but they can also help provide context for what you're actually talking about. I use this technique a lot when I mention certain images or clips or examples, and I think showing what you're talking about helps people understand and make it stick in their minds more too. For example, this was the thumbnail episode of this YouTube channel art series. I made it in iMovie because there are a lot of things going on, and you can see that these are all the overlays I used on the top. I used them to show examples of what I was talking about and also clips of what I was going to show later on in the video to provide more of a preview for viewers. It just is nice and more stimulating for viewers to have things changing in front of them. I would definitely recommend using Kapwing to make your overlays. You can make different sized overlays, but you can also make transparent overlays for free, which you can upload to other video editors or just use in Kapwing itself as well. The link for Kapwing is in the description below, and to make the overlays, you want to make sure that you use the 16:9 aspect ratio for a YouTube video. Then you can add text, images, and erase the images, do other things to overlay them together. To make the whole background transparent, you can click the background and then make the background color this transparent option. Then you can click export and then download the final image and add it to whatever video editor you use. Now my last tip to make more engaging YouTube videos is to add background music. Music and just sounds in general can help instill a certain mood or vibe in your video. I find that music provides more stimulation in a way that the visuals can't, and it also just sometimes makes it feel like you're hanging out with the person on camera. However, you can't just add any music you find or like to your videos. A lot of popular songs are copyrighted, meaning that if you use them in your videos, your video could potentially get demonetized or taken down or even cause a strike to be placed on your account, which are definitely things you don't want to happen. That being said, there is still a lot of music that you can use in your videos. You just want to make sure that it's non-copyrighted music. In our last video, I went over 5 awesome options for finding free non-copyright music. It'll be linked in the cards up above and then also in the description below, so go check that out for those music options. And then an easy way to add music to your video is going to Kapwing, which is also linked in the description. Upload your video and then add your audio track, your music in the audio tab. If you want to upload multiple audio files, then you can just do that in the timeline and upload them there. So that is it for today's video. If these tips were helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel so that we can continue giving you more tips for helping you grow your social media platforms. We also want to learn from you, so let us know in the comments what your favorite video editing tips are, and we can continue the discussion there. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.